An emotional show of support today, both inside and outside a Bridgeport courtroom, as firefighters showed up to honor one of their own after he was killed in a home invasion. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. 41-year-old Terrence Kramer served almost 10 years at the Bridgeport Fire Department before he was killed Saturday. The man accused of killing him is behind bars and has been charged.
Fox 61's Jamel Johnson has more on the powerful turnout and what happened in court.
As you can see behind me, several members of the Bridgeport Fire Department gathered here at Bridgeport Superior Court in support of Terrence Kramer, their fellow firefighter who was shot and killed in Stratford over the weekend. Now his suspected killer, Jabari Bush, faced a judge on several charges, including home invasion and murder. Bridgeport firefighters lined the street in front of Bridgeport Superior Court. Many of them say they still can't believe their fellow firefighter and friend Terrence Kramer is gone. John Claude ROKU has only been with the department for a year and a half, but he saw Kramer like family.
Always greeted me with a smile and a hug. Always asked me how my kids were, how my son was. He was a mentor to me, both on the job and off the job, so we're very sad. On Saturday, police say Kramer was shot and killed in Stratford during a home invasion. Police say the man who shot him was 41-year-old Jabari Bush from Derby.
He is a homeowner, has owned a home since 2014 in West Haven, has about $330,000 in equity. Prior to that, he had lived with his mother in New Haven for 6 years. And before that, he lived in a family home since he was a child. The reason we're bringing that up is he has strong ties to the community. He has strong financial ties to the community.
Police say Kramer was at the home of Bush's ex-girlfriend when Bush broke into the home and shouted, "You're here with another man." Police say he then punched his ex-girlfriend in the face and shot Kramer after. Kramer was pronounced dead by first responders shortly after they arrived. ROKU was working overtime when he heard the news.
We got called down in the kitchen that morning, and we were told the news. He was always joking with me, you know, every morning I would come in, he'd say, "Hey man, let's have a good, nice day. Make sure the city stays safe." And I say, "Yeah, you know it's always safe when we're here." Kramer was a father of 3, and Assistant Fire Chief Armando Cora says the department will make sure his children are taken care of.
We had a meeting at roll call this morning about coordinating efforts to continue to mentor those boys and make sure that they're going to grow up as good young men, and just make sure that, you know, we help raise them as well. They're an extension of our family.
He was a fireman's fireman, a great father, and a great friend. So we wanted to show that support for Kramer to make sure that everybody knows what type of person he was.
Now, despite his attorney's best efforts to lower his bond, the judge raised Bush's bond to $3 million. His next court date is April 14th. In Bridgeport, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
Well, the former head chef at a Woodbury Steakhouse is under arrest tonight after allegedly sexually assaulting multiple coworkers.
The arrest warrant says the restaurant's owner tried to cover it up, reportedly offering victims thousands of dollars to stay quiet. Fox 61's Tim Latow reports on the shock in the small town of Woodbury.
People in Woodbury say they almost can't believe it after learning what police say was going on inside this restaurant for more than 6 months.
It's just kind of frightening to think that that could happen.
With the blinds down and parking lot filling up, it was business as usual at the Mixed Prime Steakhouse in Woodbury.
Well, they must have gotten a new cook.
A police investigation now reveals an alleged months-long spree of sexual assaults on fellow female employees by the former head chef while at GAD. Investigators say the incidents took place at the restaurant in 2025. According to arrest warrants, GAD was eventually fired, but not before the restaurant's owner, Latif Ramdani, who goes by Tony, tried to pay off the victims collectively with $20,000.
It's crazy. It's just in this day and age, it's just insane that something like that would be going on or try to be covered up.
GAD is accused of forcing a coworker to have sex with him on multiple occasions and inappropriately touching others. Police documents detail at times he would pin victims down and pull them by their hair. I spoke with the restaurant manager, who says he has no comment. Mixed Prime Steakhouse has been a popular place in Woodbury. It brings a tear to Melissa Green's eye about what could have happened behind closed doors.
Friends of mine love that place. I mean, is it going to put a... You know, what's the future of it now? You wonder too, you know?
You kind of feel it personally?
I do. It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs.
The steakhouse serves cuts priced up to $60, but Joanne Julian isn't sure how long that'll last.
I think a lot of people will boycott it for that very reason.
Gad is being held in jail on a $750,000 bond. Ramadani was released on a $100,000 bond. In Woodbury, Tim Lateau, Fox 61.
March will be going out like a lamb this year. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s as we head through the day tomorrow and even as we head into April as well. Morning showers, but then we're going to dry things out. Clouds will break for some sunshine and then temperatures will skyrocket. We do turn sharply colder later this week, specifically Thursday, but that cool down won't last either. I wanted to show you the temperatures tonight because it's pretty warm out there, 50s and 60s, even now. At 10 o'clock at night. There is a growing likelihood for showers overnight. You can see some of those showers approaching from Pennsylvania and from New York State. So notice our rain chances go up overnight. And we are going to start the day off wet tomorrow. But as we head through the afternoon, notice our rain chances do start to go down. And then once clouds break for sun, we're looking at highs near 70 in Wallingford. Low 60s for Branford tomorrow. Coolest in southeastern Connecticut for Mystic and Stonington. But you head inland, we're up to 70 in Windham. And I have to say, if we break for sun earlier than anticipated, we could see mid-70s tomorrow. So, yeah, it's going to be a toasty one. We'll see how long this can stick around, although I kind of gave it away. We'll step you through the forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, a jury in Bridgeport has found a man guilty in a 2017 murder case. Prosecutors say 27-year-old Jared Hamilton was convicted of murder and carrying a revolver without a permit in the shooting death of 22-year-old Kylie Davis. The shooting happened outside a mini-mart on Maple and Casa Streets back in December of 2017. Hamilton was previously convicted in 2022, but that verdict was later overturned by the state Supreme Court, leading to this retrial. Sentencing is scheduled for May 26th.
Bystanders helped rescue 3 people from a car that rolled over and caught fire. This happened early this morning in Wallingford. Police say the crash happened on South Elm Street just before 2. An officer and 2 bystanders freed the occupants, breaking a window and using a fire extinguisher and a neighbor's hose. All 3 were taken to the hospital. The cause of the crash is still under investigation.
A fire forced 9 people out of their Hartford home yesterday afternoon. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Firefighters were called to a multifamily home on Hazel Street. They say the fire was on the 3rd floor. Crews were able to contain it to one room, and right now it's not clear how the fire started. Officers or officials didn't say if the 2 displaced families can return to their home yet.
Well, tensions are escalating in Hartford after a deadly police shooting last month. The officer who shot and killed Stephen Jones during a reported mental health crisis was fired last week. And since then, the Hartford Police Union has come out saying they believe the actions of the officer were justified and said Hartford's mayor caved to pressure.
But now one community group has publicly said they want the police union head to be fired. Fox 61's Priscilla Meza is in Hartford with more.
I'm here at Hartford City Hall, where members of the Greater Hartford African American Alliance did not hold back, calling out the police union president by name and demanding action.
So dark days are ahead. What does a dark day mean?
Members of the Hartford community are demanding answers and denouncing Hartford Police Union President James Rutkowski after he said, quote, "We go to war," following the firing of Officer Joseph Magnano.
Our mayor caved to political pressure. He is a coward.
So we're calling for his public apology, and we're calling for the union to take a vote of no confidence on this individual that they elected, because he is not representing the constituents.
The alliance says that kind of language undermines public trust and could put community members on edge.
To add threats to it is something that cannot be left unaddressed. And matter of fact, it should be punitive, and its consequences should be swift. Because now you have us as community members fearing where we should feel safe with the police.
The union's comments come after Hartford Mayor Arunan Arulampalam fired Officer Magnano. It's a decision the union says will have a chilling effect on policing. In a statement, Rutkowski warned, quote, "Dark times are coming," arguing officers may hesitate in critical moments and that staffing shortages could worsen.
Do not let your sons and daughters be police officers in the state of Connecticut, especially in the city of Hartford.
But the Alliance says the firing was justified and pointed to police guidelines for handling people in mental health crisis.
There was no reason why the officer should have responded the way he did, which resulted in the death of someone who clearly had a mental health crisis.
The group also questioned what the union means by war and whether that could impact how officers respond to calls.
Does that mean if there's a pop-up party on the South Side on Weathersfield Avenue, they may not show up in a timely manner?
Now, the Alliance is calling for immediate consequences, including a public apology, an investigation, and even a vote of no confidence in the union president.
We've reached out to the Hartford Police Union for a response to these requests, but have not yet heard back. In Hartford, Priscilla Meza, Fox 61.
Well, police in Clinton say a reported threat involving a school bus has been deemed not credible. Officials say a 911 text came in Monday afternoon about a potential threat on a bus carrying students from Jared Elliott Middle School. As a precaution, officers evacuated the bus and investigated before determining there was no danger. Students were then able to reboard and continue their route and were dropped off safely.
State Senator Tony Wong has announced that he will not seek re-election, ending his time in the Connecticut General Assembly. Wong has represented the 28th Senate District, serving Fairfield, Westport, Trumbull, and Newtown. In a statement, he called his time in office one of the greatest honors of his life and emphasized his commitment to bipartisanship and civil discourse. He says he plans to focus on family, return to his real estate career, and work with nonprofits and schools to encourage civic engagement.